Have you ever wondered how a tall tree, standing erect, gets water from the ground to its topmost leaves? It's not magic, but it's certainly magical. Welcome to the intriguing world of plant transport. Just like a bustling city, plants too have their traffic and transport systems. But instead of buses and trains, they use processes like diffusion and osmosis. Imagine a crowd dispersing from a concert. That's diffusion, the movement of particles from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. Now imagine that crowd squeezing through a single door. That's osmosis, the diffusion of water through a semipermeable membrane. But wait, there's more. Plants also have their version of highways, the xylem and phloem. These structures work tirelessly, transporting water, nutrients, and sugars from the roots to the leaves and vice versa. Just like how we have our blood vessels to transport nutrients, plants have their special methods too. Intrigued? Stay tuned. Imagine being at a party, and suddenly someone opens a bottle of perfume at one corner. You're at the other end, but soon you can smell it. That's diffusion for you. Diffusion is this magical process where particles move from an area of high concentration, like that perfume bottle, to an area of low concentration. That would be your nostrils. It's a bit like how gossip spreads at a party. Starts at one corner, and before you know it, everyone's in on the latest scoop. Now, let's add a twist to our party. Think of osmosis. It's like diffusion's cousin, but it's got its own style. Imagine you've spilled some juice on a table, and you place a sponge over it. The sponge soaks up the juice, right? That's osmosis in action. It's the movement of water through a semi-permeable barrier, like the sponge, from an area of low solute concentration to an area of high solute concentration. But how does all this party talk relate to plants? Well, plant roots are like sponges. They soak up water and nutrients from the soil through osmosis. Meanwhile, diffusion helps distribute these nutrients within the plant. It's as if the roots are whispering the latest gossip, and the leaves are catching up on the news. So plants essentially drink up water and nutrients from the soil, quite like how you would sip on a milkshake through a straw. Ever heard of plant highways? No, they're not for plant cars, but for something even more vital. Now let's take a journey into the world of xylem and phloem, the unsung heroes of plant transportation. Picture xylem as a network of tiny straws reaching from the roots through the stem and into the leaves. The xylem's job? It's like a botanical water pump, pulling up water and minerals from the ground to nourish the entire plant. But it's not a one-way street, you see. Enter phloem, the plant's food delivery service. Phloem is tasked with transporting sugars, the food made by leaves through photosynthesis, to every nook and cranny of the plant. It's like the veins of the plant, ensuring that all parts, from the topmost leaf to the deepest root, get their fair share of nutrients. So, xylem and phloem are the lifelines of plants, ensuring a smooth flow of water, food, and nutrients. No traffic jams here. Did you know plants sweat too? They might not need a towel, but their sweating or transpiration is crucial. Picture this. On a hot summer day, plants, like us, lose water. But rather than through pores in skin, they lose it through tiny openings on their leaves called stomata. This process, called transpiration, is essentially plant perspiration. But it's more than just a cool-down mechanism. Transpiration creates a pull or tension that helps draw water up from the roots through the xylem, like sipping through a straw. It's one of nature's neatest tricks. However, various factors can affect this process. For instance, on a windy day, transpiration speeds up as the wind whisks away the water vapor, creating room for more. Similarly, higher temperatures can also increase the rate of transpiration, making plants thirstier. Now, let's pivot to something equally essential: minerals. Plants like us need a balanced diet. They require both macro and micronutrients to grow and stay healthy. Macronutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are needed in larger amounts and play major roles, like promoting leaf and root growth. Micronutrients like iron, zinc, and copper are needed in smaller quantities, yet are vital for processes like photosynthesis. Without these nutrients, plants can suffer from deficiencies like chlorosis caused by iron deficiency or stunted growth due to lack of nitrogen. So, plants need their daily dose of minerals too, just like us. And remember, their sweating is not a sign of hard work, but a vital process to keep them alive and growing.